Welcome back, Greens, for another.
It's out.
Thanks, Les. For another instalment of Les's previews. This week we're on location in Hawaii. Actually, I had the chance to come and meet Les. What are you doing over here, mate?
We're in Maui. Yes, Maui, Hawaii. I took that fucking boat from Italy, the one that went on its side and sank, and I've had to swim over to fucking Maui.
Right. That's a pretty big workout for you, mate.
Yes, it is, and I'm sick of flowers. I've had flowers in my food, I've had them around my neck, and now I've got them in my fucking glasses. I've had enough of them. Fuck off, flowers.
Right.
Oh, thank you.
Now, mate, last week the Greens did well. I don't know whether you had a chance to see the results, but 4 from 4 against Roseville, mate. Great result.
Well, of course I saw it. I always see it. But Roseville, you don't expect much. Well, I did predict that we'd win 4, and you don't expect much from a team that's got nothing really going for them. They're all ugly looking. They can't provide tea. They have cardboard cutouts that do the lawns on the mowers. They're just a putrid club with putrid players.
Right. Now, first grade, mate, funnily enough, week 1 we turn up and it's wet, and they're batting week 2 and it's a road, mate.
Oh, how surprise. Well, what do you expect? Once again, you don't expect much from putrid people, but, we've rolled them from 115 and basically they've taken the gas as they do, and they've been rock and rolled from, and they've lost.
And Vinny, mate, he was a star with 4 wickets.
Magnificent. Vinny, I've got a lot of time for Vinny. He does a 19-hour, 23-hour shift in his cab, and then he rocks straight up. 15 people have done the runner. He's been assaulted 4 times, and he comes and he gets 4 for. Very well done, Vinny. Wing, ding, wing, wing, wing. You right, mate? Scotty Ryan playing a few cover. Look at Scotty go. Fuck off, Scotty. Go.
Speaking of Scotty, mate, in second grade, a very comprehensive win, almost an outright win, with D-Mac and Lenny 7 wickets each. Good effort.
Yes, I managed to watch that from near the trees again. I get around, I sneak around. And Lenny Leonardson, I think his second name was, well, very well with Carl Carlson. No, they're from The Simpsons. No. Lenny rolled very well, and D-Mac too. They both got 7 for the match. But D-Mac, unfortunately, didn't go to the barber beforehand. He had a head like a fried coconut.
Yeah. He does have pretty impressive hair, though.
I wouldn't call him impressive.
Okay. And third grade, it was
my bum hair.
Right. Third grade was the game of the game of the round, mate, with the Greens sneaking home by 3 runs and an absolute nail biter, mate.
Yeah, it was a nail biter. And I've got the full rundown from Vic LaRusso, Robbo, Fat Guts, Pizza Eater, Shit Breath. For 2 hours he told me every ball. But one thing that came out of the game was Blake Puzzle Schaefer got 3 for. And I like Blake, but he's got to get rid of those glasses and get a set like mine.
I don't think he's far off, to be honest. And yes. Dane Pimble, mate, 4 wickets.
Oh, the Wiz got 4 for, and he had to get the game over very quickly because his spaceship was picking him up at 6:30, and he had to play cards on Planet Flung. The
Right.
Wiz.
Fourth grade, mate, they also had a pretty close game, winning by 7.
Oh, it was a tremendous game. That I was between the two, and they never look like winning. Those young blokes, they try, but they never look like winning, and then all of a sudden, pop, they won. And I tell you who bowled very well was the man with the hair on the back of his neck. Andy Ryan got 6 for 65.
That's a great effort.
Mm.
And I heard that Jeff Tucker toiled away, mate, for 20-odd overs.
Disgraceful. He should be giving the young blokes a bowl. A big fat heap running in bowl and put the balls. Oh, no, get rid of him. He shouldn't be playing.
Right. Now, 5th grade Green, mate, they had another win with Jason top scorer in 50, mate.
Yes, Jason Cockstone's going very well. I managed to watch that as well, and he looked like he was playing a few cover drives and then a pull shot. And that's funny because the only pulling in he does in his bathroom. So it's very, very disappointing that he didn't pull out that pull shot.
And 5th grade White, mate, Doug McGrath struggled again, unfortunately.
Yeah,
the boys went down, but they're trying hard.
Well, they are trying. And Dougie's a toiler. And I had a good yard of Dougie last night, and he's not disappointed. But however, he's got another day older, and it won't be long before his aesthetic hips give up, and he'll be nothing but dust.
Now, Les, there were some comments about the afternoon tea from last week. From what you saw, it wasn't the best, was it?
No. It looked a bit like a pile of dog shit on a plate.
And I'm not sure whether you heard this, but at first grade, the sideline commentary was that a few of the Roseville boys actually weren't too happy with what they saw on our website.
The Zanus Brown?
No, it was his brother, Penis Pink.
Penis Pink Brown, yeah, well, I mean, he supplied the afternoon tea before, that's why I got dog shit on the plate, so.
But mate, I must say, this the second week, Roseville, the boys, they did an absolutely tremendous job, mate. Now, I've taken footage of the 2 afternoon teas at first grade and third grade. Just take a look down here, down at the monitor, and you can see we've got a full seafood buffet. We've got lobsters.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, there's all sorts of prawns.
That's pinchy.
Yep, and there's clam shells there, mate. We've got oysters. You can see crab claws. There's mussels. So it's a pretty good spread. There was some fried stuff as well. Danny went for that, obviously.
Yeah, big Danny for that.
Yeah. So this is just an example of what... It was an absolutely sensational spread, mate. We've got salt and pepper squid. More seafood. No, this is fair dinkum, mate. Like, it was unbelievable. Crab. Now here's the dessert station, mate. And chocolate dipped strawberries. Can you believe it? Now this is at third grade as well. They had more of a cold selection with salads, potato salads, gourmet sort of stuff. Bit of rabbit food there for you. Also a full a hot section as well. Here's the hot food. We've got some chips, stuff like that. You know, it's a pretty bloody amazing spread.
They've outdone themselves, haven't they?
Yeah, they've done really well.
That was magnificent there. I can't believe that happened. Yeah. That doesn't turn around, yeah.
And here's a little bit of footage as well of Danny enjoying some of that tea. So you can see there, he's really tucking into the...
Well,
to the cake.
He doesn't surprise me. Big Danny. He doesn't surprise me every week. I'm going to start to call him, his new nickname's going to be called the Hindenburg.
Now, Les, looking to this week, mate, we play Strathfield. So they are a pretty strong club, top of the club champs. It's going to be a pretty tough round, do you think?
Oh, it's always a tough round with Strathfield. I remember playing that long ago and they were a very good side. They've got their own big players there too. We've got Big Denny and they've got Big Daisy. And he's turned out to be a real big fat heap. But he can still bowl the odd outswinger. But he's a good cricketer.
Well, yeah, I mean, he does get the wickets, doesn't he?
Yeah, he gets the wickets. He don't get the women, though, but he gets the wickets. He doesn't mind the pies, either.
Now, mate, we're called the Green Men. Strathfield, they're called the Gorillas. So, any thoughts on their afternoon tea?
Well, you're leading that's a stupid question. You're going to expect me to say bananas, aren't you? But no, they're going to put on a fandangle dinner. Yeah, I remember last time we went out there, we had fairy bread.
All right. Any chocolate crackles?
Well, after the fairy bread and 3 beers, I had some chocolate crackles the next day, if you know what I mean.
All right. Okay, thanks, mate. Okay, now it's time for Les's Joke of the Week.
Why don't cannibals eat clams?
Why is that?
Because they taste funny.
I have to say, mate, being honest, it's not your best work.
I'll get fucked.
Right. Now, mate, there was a few interesting finds from the weekend. I thought you might get out your book of finds and let us know what you observed on the weekend, mate.
Yes, well, I've got 3 or 4 here.
There, mate.
I nearly lost me gob. I've got 3 or 4 here. The first one is to Willie Shaw. He arrived 15 minutes late, and he had the excuse that, I'm sorry, Tux, that my pet Yabby escaped. Pet Yabby? Yeah, well, I hope you find it and feed it for another 2 years, because I'm going to come around and fucking eat it. Find 2 was Butch. Butch from first grade. Butcher. He was shining the ball that profusely. It came out very red and shiny. He said, I can see my reflection in that. Well, if that isn't vain, I'm not Les. £1.
He does look for any mirror that he can find, though.
Oh, well, why wouldn't he? He's a handsome young man.
That's right.
And the other find was, what was it you had written down there?
Mate,
I can't find it.
I think Craig Riffett maybe owned a
Oh,
find,
yes,
mate.
yes, Craig Rivet. He had the find because he was looking for a spacesuit. Now, I've smelt Craig's farts, and the only thing I can think of that he loves them, and he's going to put it on and just fart and smell them himself. He isn't fucking knuckle, you know, Craig. And perhaps you should fucking look at yourself very hardly in the mirror.
I think also it's quite ironic because he's not all there, Rips. So it's
well, he's not the only one, I can tell you. I'll give you first 4 in the nutcase 11.
Right.
The first 4. The skipper this week is Garth Mengo, vice captain, Pecker, batting number 3, our mate Rupert. And number 4, Chapo. That's the first 4. Stay tuned for the rest of the Nutcase 11.
Right, thanks, mate. Cheers. Okay, mate. Now, Les, this week at training, we actually had the MIG TV cameras there, taking a bit of footage of the boys going through their paces. Just got some of that footage now. I was just wondering whether you might be able to want to check it out, maybe give us some observations on
Yes,
what you think about the boys.
I've got no experience.
All right, so this first clip here is Benny Pace having a bowl, mate. So just here he comes in. You can see there. Thoughts?
Yeah, well, my thoughts of this is these days the rules of cricket you're allowed to use 2 bounces and over. He's happened to use 3 bounces in the first ball. So shithouse.
Alright. So this is Dan Tabrick coming in. He's got an unusual action. Just watch that. Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. Shit, if he had a bath, I'd throw him a washing in. He fucking mixed that up. He's like an epileptic.
Now, what are your thoughts on this guy here?
Well, as you can see, he looks like a very, very good cricketer. But unfortunately, he is absolutely hopeless.
Now here's your mate Vic LaRusso coming in, mate.
He is, look, left, right, bang, 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 bang. Yeah. Well, where do you start with an action like that? First of all, he misfielded his own bowling. Second of all, he runs in like a tumbleweed from the old west. And thirdly of all, he's just a fat eat. Look at the arse on that. I mean, how can you deliver a ball when you've got a bottom like that?
And finally, mate, we've got the club coach, Dave Gainston, mate. Just
Well, what a stalwart he is. He's a very, very good coach. And he used to be, as you can see there, he's probably the quickest I've seen him move for a few years. But he used to be a very good cricketer in his day. I remember a few times where he's actually gotten a little bit of trouble from the other players.
Oh, right.
I'll tell that another story, but he is a very, very terrific young cricketer. Although he's got a head that's outgrown 2 bodies. But he's a marvel, and I do respect the heap of shit.
All right, Les, well, mate, that's about all we've got time for this week. Once again, thanks for your time, mate. And how much longer do you plan on staying in Hawaii for, mate?
I'm trying to get out of this shithole tomorrow.
Oh,
I've had
right.
enough volcanoes and fucking lays. I've had enough. Get me out of here. I'll go back to that sinking boat business.
So where are you off to next? Are you going to go through Europe? Or?
No, I'm coming back to Australia for 3 weeks.
Yep.
And I'm going to tour with NXS as a roadie.
Oh, right, okay. A groupie?
And a roadie.
Oh, right, okay.
In Vinny's cab.
All right, well, thanks, mate. I'm out of here, so, yeah, I'll leave you to it. Thanks,
Always
mate.
a pleasure.
Oh. Thanks, mate.
Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah. Give me the mic so I can take it away. Off on the natural jaws, bomb for yards. Yeah, from the home of the dogs and Brooklyn war. Who paid for the beats on the floor? Rain on your collar, dance, just don't door. When you didn't even touch my skill. You gotta move the one killer bee, and he ain't for the kill down. Drop that down, after all around. Lyrics get hard when you see that to the ground. When he am singing and he sings through space, I get psycho. Blood on the bass, my producer slam. My flow is like bam, jump on stage, I'm in a net bam. Y'all know the lyrics. Come on, sing with me. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Say that he likes it raw, keeping it dirty, down to the floor. See, my name is the ODB, and I'll beat your ass. For the ladies who know me, tell them who the fuck I be. For the niggas who know me, tell them who the fuck I
You, Chompy? How are you? I'm going very well. Who the fuck are you? Not too bad, Chompy. When was the last time you got your teeth brushed? Blood in your ass, you ugly prick. You were picking berries at old Aunt Mary, my true love and me.